Welcome everyone to episode 2 of Bit Rush. Today I have another one of the 16-bit co-founders with us. Elvire, how are you today?
Doing pretty good. How about yourself?
Good. Thank you so much for joining me, for taking the time out of your day to come talk with me. Um, Elvire, I kind of want to start with what video games did you grow up with? What are some of your favorites, and what are just some of the most influential video game series in your life right now?
Um, to start off with video games, I would say probably it all began with Donkey Kong 64. I think my parents started me off with that on the 64.
Mm.
They actually messed up and tried to get me Super Mario for the NES, but I ended up getting that all mixed up, mumbo jumbo, but
Mm.
ended up working out. Grew up with 64, played a lot of games from there. Eventually, a lot of Nintendo actually, and then moved on to Xbox, and then eventually PC gaming.
Mm.
Um, and then most influential, I would say probably just RPG genre in general, just having a whole story in a video game, the visual concept instead of like just reading books, so to say. That way you can interpret it, have a visual to it as well.
Was there a time when you transferred from playing kind of single player, maybe story heavy games into more competitive video games?
Yeah, mainly with the Gears of War series.
Mm.
I got extremely competitive in Gears of War, and eventually League of Legends at one point as well. Whenever newer games and updates came out, I just started toning down a bit, especially starting to work as well.
Yeah,
So I haven't been as competitive with everything, but I
right.
still like to have that competitive nature and playstyle to things because it just helps make myself more proficient at what I'm playing.
Right. It's so much to keep up with. So many
Oh
updates for these kinds of competitive games, and sometimes you just don't have the time to read all these
yeah.
patch notes?
So I end up just watching them half the time now.
Yeah, I totally understand that. So kind of knowing your background with video games and kinds of the things that you enjoyed, um, what kind of prompted you to start 16-bit esports with Attilio, who we interviewed on the first episode of Bit Rush? What influenced you guys to make 16-bit esports together?
So I remember when he was actually asking quite a few of his friends, relatives, and myself about founding an esports team.
Mm.
Um, like this is probably when esports was just now rising up to become a big thing. We all love playing video games as it is already, so why not try to make something more out of what we already love doing? Um, I know for him, it's mainly making an esports team, building up and becoming like some major league type of thing.
Mm.
For me, I'm always told that I should always stream based on everything I play, the amount of things I play. Um, been told I have a goofy character when I'm at work, so I think they were tying that into streaming as well.
Mm.
But just it seemed like a good fit for streaming and esports as well, just to start an organization based on playing games and streaming. So
And I think
then why not?
was it Attilio that came to you first about making this organization
Oh yeah,
together? Yeah.
yeah. He was the first to go to everybody, and then whoever joined him, if they were within and about it, they joined him. But I
Awesome.
believe,
So
yeah.
Elvire, what are your goals for the future of 16-bit esports? Maybe some goals in 2021 and then onward as well.
So goals in 2021. Right now we already have quite a bit of uplift with the new League of Legends mobile game, and hopefully that comes out in North America as well later in 2021. If so, then
Mm.
that would definitely give me a lot more to actually do hands on with the organization and other teams in North America instead of just kind of sitting on the sidelines watching everything happen in EU and Japan.
Yeah. Oh man, that must be depressing.
So, yeah, just kind of lurk on everything, see how everything's going, and just waiting until it reaches North America. So that
Mm.
it's a hope, not necessarily a goal, I should say,
Mm.
but the goals will definitely are definitely in place for whenever it does come to North America.
Yeah, I guess it's hard to completely get a grasp on the game when you haven't had your chance to have hands-on play
Yeah.
with it, so that makes sense. Um, yeah, I guess the last thing I want to ask you is if you have anything that you want to say to the 16-bit supporters. 16-bit just hit 1,000 followers on Twitter a couple days ago. So, do you have anything you want to say to our supporters?
Um, I would like to thank them all for following us, participating in our tournaments and whatnot. Just following the organization in general. I know most of it's been a lot of players and teams that have been interested in joining the tournaments and have been joining our servers for these tournaments, and hope to see y'all return, uh, spreading the word, bringing other players and teams to join the tournaments as well. And once we get North America released for Wild Rift, we hope to see even more players turn out. But definitely appreciate the follows and the support from all the Twitch followers.
Yeah, I think everyone's just so excited and waiting specifically for Wild Rift because it's something that 16-bit has really put a lot of love and effort into recently. And I think once it finally can hit the NA market, hopefully things, explode in that realm. But Elvire, thank you so much for taking time out of your day to talk with me today. Yeah, I appreciate it a lot.
Yep, I appreciate it as well. This is just another step in our organization growing, and hope to see more things just like this. Hopefully with the webcams next time too.
Yeah, hopefully. But hey, a picture suffices just fine. So yeah, hopefully I'll be able to interview you again sometime in the future. Guys, thank you so much for watching this second episode of Bit Rush. I hope you've enjoyed. Don't forget to push the like button down below and comment if you would like to. If you're not yet subscribed to the channel, click the subscribe button. Thank you guys so much for checking out the video, and we'll see you again.